Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spooky Saturday. I'm Kat from the Littlestown Library of the Adams County Library System, and this evening we're going to read you a poem called The Nightmare Lake by H.P. Lovecraft. I'm going to be reading it to you from a book called Songs of Giants, The Poetry of Pulp by Mark Wheatley. I actually supported this as a Kickstarter in 2019, and one of the things was an advance copy of the book that had various poems in it from Robert E. Howard, Edgar Rice Burroughs, and H.P. Lovecraft. And out of all the poems, Nightmare Lake by H.P. Lovecraft was one of the ones that kind of stuck with me the most. So I thought that would be a good offering for this evening. And Mark Wheatley also did the portrait of H.P. Lovecraft that you see here. So thank you very much for that. And without further ado, we will read the poem, and I will show you the entire book. Songs of Giants is illustrated by Mark Wheatley. He did illustrations for the selection of poems from all of those different authors. So, The Nightmare Lake by H.P. Lovecraft. There is a lake in distant Zan, beyond the wonted haunts of man, where broods alone in a hideous state a spirit dead and desolate, a spirit ancient and unholy, heavy with fearsome melancholy, which from the waters dull and dense draws vapors cursed with pestilence. Around the banks a mire of clay sprawl things offensive in decay, and curious birds that reach that shore are seen by mortals nevermore. Here shines by day the searing sun, on glassy wastes beheld by none, and here by night pale moonbeams flow into the deeps that yawn below. In nightmares only it is told what scenes beneath those beams unfold, what scenes, too old for human sight, lie sunken there in endless night. For in those depths there only pace the shadows of a voiceless race. One midnight, redolent of ill, I saw that lake asleep and still, while in the lurid sky there rode a gibbous moon that glowed and glowed. I saw the stretching marshy shore and the foul things those marshes bore, lizards and snakes convulsed and dying, ravens and vampires putrefying. All these, and hovering o'er the dead, sarcophagi that on them fed. And as the dreadful moon climbed high, frightening the stars from out the sky, I saw the lake's dull water glow, till sunken things appeared below. There shone unnumbered fathoms down the towers of a forgotten town, the tarnished domes and mossy walls, weed-tangled spires and empty halls, deserted fanes and vaults of dread, and streets of gold uncoveted. These I beheld and saw beside a horde of shapeless shadows glide, a noxious horde which to my glance seemed moving in hideous dance, round slimy sepulchres that lay beside a never-traveled way. Straight from those tombs a heaving rose that vexed the water's dull repose, while lethal shades of upper space howled at the moon's sardonic face. Then sank the lake within its bed, sucked down to caverns of the dead, till from the reeking, new-stripped earth curled fetid fumes of noisome birth. About the city nigh uncovered the monstrous dancing shadows hovered, when lo! there oped with sudden stir the portal of each sepulchre. No ear may learn, no tongue may tell what nameless horror then befell. I see that lake, that moon a-grin, that city and the things within. Waking, I pray that on that shore the nightmare lake may sink no more. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, and we will see you next week.